Ki khubor ka bate se TV
ka umdi basnyam bat penjasliang Umrupa Premium Meghalaya Bo, a specially designed machine that is stronger, faster, more powerful and fuel efficient. Contact Orange Automobile at 977-400-3555 or 961-584-7757.
Dag babu hakmat eka thong ban kring yagi samla kibel imkirni hagajing di drok shagalenti ke bedai lingba gi senjama pher ka Sorkar lingba ka drug reduction elimination and action mission kelamang pisa stan pholak tingka ban pentelun yagi kam daga jinga trelang baki Kynhun jat nyam pher yagi dila pentep da umintri ka Sorkar jella ubakmi ikatna social welfare uba polling do habakran hagajing lang baki nong yalam nyam kibedon hapok kshatri jongga Shillong All Feet Forum Kablalong Hasti Convention Center Shillong haringkar ke jinalang jong mission director ke Dream uba Francis Khashiyeng u principal secretary jagatna ka koi ka khya u Sampat Kumar bar kiwe
Meghalaya is perhaps the first state to come out with a comprehensive mission, like a dream mission. So dream is also a very big dream. Dream is to ensure that there is no drug use, how actually we can really protect our communities, especially for our young people. So how actually we can prevent them from even experimenting this particular idea. So that was the reason actually this entire engagement is that. And we know that you have a very good outreach. In fact, each of the faith institutions, in fact, if you look at it, you have a very good outreach. You have, you have centers at almost in every village. And in fact, we also have an occasion to interact with the communities on a weekly basis, where we can actually sensitize, and counsel people in a good direction. So I think that taking that into consideration, today we have come up with, in fact, we are going to share shortly with a concept note, and in fact, it's a kind of a kind of a policy kind of a thing between to share with all the faith organizations, so that how actually you can really engage. This was a discussion that we had earlier with our Honorable Minister, Shri who actually in fact asked, in fact he has given a call to all of us, all of you, that including you and also the community leaders, traditional institutions, that you please come forward, and take steps. In fact, some of the community institutions have come forward. In fact, they have even set up the rehabilitation centers. So I think such kind of a good work is happening. I think it's a society, whole society has to come forward. Whole government has to come forward. Under the Dream Mission, the whole government is coming forward. Home and Political Department now, they're raising the VDPs, Village Defense Parties, so that they can actually proactively ensure that there is no drug trafficking takes place in those villages, in those areas. Similarly, Social Welfare Department has actually set up a dedicated Dream Mission unit within the department, so that and also we recruited team members so that they can provide communication materials, organize, work with faith institutions, communities to come up with the projects, implement the projects. So facilitate all the technical support that is required. We have also identified one organization who can actually provide the curriculum in the schools, so that to prevent, to tell the dangers of the experimenting with this substance use. So we are also going to introduce that in the schools. That also the process has been started, initiated. In fact, we are going in a very good direction in this entire efforts. As I said, whole government approach, right from the, as I said, home and political to the health department, to social welfare department, and also, as I said, whole society, faith institutions, traditional institutions, youth organizations. So a lot of work is happening, and also to engage adolescent boys and girls. We are also coming up with ideas of how actually we can provide extracurricular activities in the schools, how to engage, provide life skills to the students. So a lot of whole systemic effort is happening in the state, has been telling that whatever the support that is required will be provided by the government to the faith institutions, and today is the beginning of it, so that more concrete way to work in a more concrete way. And we'll also take your suggestions while going forward.
How will the government is planning to help what are called faith institutions with regard to this problem that we have. So this is only the thing that I thought I should put in front of the government, and what are the ways that we're planning to help these different congregations that we have here in the state of Meghalaya. We feel concerned about this very much from the part of the faith forum, and also from the part of the church. We feel very much concerned with regard to this important matter. But we also like, because this is also at the same time, it is very, very technical matter, and if we also like to, if we can hear from the government, what are the steps that you're planning to help with regard to the different churches that we have, different faith congregations that we have here in the state of Meghalaya. Thank you very much.
So from our church side, we a long time ago we have been discussing in the church about not to use all kind of substance, those who are not good for the body. So that's the reason in our church we teach the young people in our church that even tobacco, even all kinds of any substance that is not good for our body, we teach them not to use them. Thank you.
Yes, we also had a free detoxification for the IDUs as well, but now it has been somewhere hold. So we also request if you can continue the free detoxification for a while, because we have many other clients who are underprivileged who would like to go for this, to avail the detoxification camp at Supercare. And when it comes to working together and networking with the faith base, we are always here. We are ready to work together as like how we have been working with the Unitarian Church, with the KGP, and many other churches for awareness program, or even for detoxification center and detoxification program in your community hall or any place that you wish to, we can come. But the only thing is we need to identify the IDUs within the area or within the spot. So, and then we, as Sir said, we have to stop the stigmatizing them. Then only they will trust, they will gain the trust, and then they'll come forward, they'll come to you, they'll seek help. As long as we are stigmatizing them, they will not come forward, they will not gain the trust. Yes, we understand that the crime rate is also rising due to the drug users, but it's not because they want to, it's because their body demands it. It's a sickness that we all know. Once the demand is, and the body demands it, then they have to they can do anything to fulfill their craving. Yeah. So far we are very thankful to the Dream Project, Bar Francis, for collaborating for many programs where he has also gone with us to the field, spoken to the boys, and we wish to continue with this collaboration in future. Thank you.
First and foremost, let me say thank you to all of you for the quick response, and you've always been supportive, always shown your keen interest in addressing a problem that, as one of the members of this audience has said, is a grave and impending threat to Meghalaya, not only as a society, not only its future generations, but also the safety and security of the state. But I believe in the saying that if you're not part of the solution, then you are part of the problem. Some members have mentioned that we have been meeting repeatedly, but you have not seen any results. I say this is totally unfounded. This is totally baseless. We have done our bit, and I'm confident that we are here not to score brownie points, not to say who has done more and who has done less. We are here with a sense of mission, and we are here to work as a team. When we work as a team, we are supposed to march to one single goal, let us not therefore try to score brownie points, show the government as ineffectual, just talking, not doing. This is not true. We have invited you here in order to take this process and this mission forward, because we are truly committed to the cause of a drug-free Meghalaya. So if any of you is under the impression that we have only been talking, I would like to share what the government has done since our last meeting of faith leaders held last year. Number one, in the month of December, just less than a month back, we have constituted a dedicated team of the ANTF. All these years, the Anti-Narcotics Task Force has been doing multiple policing duties apart from drug reduction and dealing with crimes and drugs. Mark Francis has just retired from service. He would vouch for this fact that all this while police officers and police constables and their juniors have been not only dealing with drugs, but attend to other duties, law and order, crime, attending to programs, VIP protection, etc., etc. Only last December, we constituted a dedicated ANTF team with a strength of around 40 persons that will deal solely with the issue of drugs. We have the Honorable Chief Minister had inaugurated the unit. They have a police station of their own, and we have procured equipment for this group that will deal solely with the issue of drugs. The TF is being led by an officer of the rank of SP, with 2 additional SPs assisting him, and the entire team is roughly about 40 in terms of manpower. We have not talked. 2, in the last 1 year, Meghalaya has changed the course from implementing the NDPS, the outdated version of the NDPS, to what we call now as PITS NDPS, which also has provision for preventive detention of repeated offenders. In the past, this has not happened, which is why the general complaint is that the same person who is detained and arrested, you can again see the same guy a couple of weeks later. Already 4 persons have gone under preventive detention under PITS NDPS, and the term of custody ranges from 1 year to 3 years. We have done it. 3, community-based initiative. After our interaction with various stakeholders, and especially with the Dorbar Shnongs, one of the Dorbars has come forward to offer a plot of land, and it is the Maulai Town Dorbar, for which financial assistance has come from the government of Meghalaya through the DREAM mission. We have done it, we have not just talked about it. 5, people have been asking as to what happens to the drugs that were seized, whether these are being resold by the police, whether these are being hidden somewhere. If you recall, just a month back, there were 2 episodes of incineration of seized drugs, and the latest instance was attended by the Chief Minister of Meghalaya and the Home Minister of Meghalaya, And this took place at one of the cement plants, which again we have to report and get permission from the court to get the incineration organized. We have not just talked about it, we have done. 7, detection of drugs at the entry and exit points. This involves purchase of vehicles, scanner vehicles, which are not readily available in Meghalaya. One vehicle is in the process of being installed, but we need 2, one at the entry point and the other at the exit point of the state of Meghalaya. 8, there is a request that we need to press into service canine unit, dogs, trained specifically as sniffers, and Mark Francis has moved this proposal forward. I had approved that proposal yesterday. We have not just been talking, we have been doing. The revival of village defense parties. We have reinitiated the creation of more VDPs. As some of you might be aware, there are just 11 VDPs in the city of Shillong, with a population that is nearing 7 lakhs. Just 11 VDPs alone will not do. And to incentivize these VDPs, we have arranged provisions like uniforms, torches, and also the financial incentive has been raised from rupees 800, which was the prevailing rate, to rupees 3,000 per volunteer per month. If we do not act, meeting you here is a criminal waste of your time and a criminal waste of our time as well. So let's take this that we are here as a team. Let's not try to score self-goals. Let's not try to prove that I am smarter than he is, I am doing more than he is, I am reaching more than he is. Our attitude should be, we are here against a major common enemy. We need to eradicate that enemy through teamwork. Teamwork works. We begin with 50 lakhs. And as and when more such institutions come forward to indicate their requirements, we will accordingly address.
Since I've joined just recently, we are spearheading a lot of the programs. One of the programs we will be spearheading is the awareness in the schools. And I'm starting with the colleges now. I'm in touch with all the colleges in Shillong, and we soon will have an internship and we'll have a training for a few students from each college, and they will therefore, take forward the awareness campaigns and speak among their peers. That is one aspect. What our meeting today and what I just, our discussion, what the Principal Secretary meant was, within your establishments, be it schools, be it parishes, be it churches, you can identify certain hotspots, and based on that, this is a special allocation which will be given to provided you for all that. Besides that, the awareness for the schools and all that also will be pushed through. But this is a special incentive. 50 lakhs is kept aside just for religious institutions. It depends on you. You can kindly identify places where you feel are vulnerable, and you can take it forward. There was a child in Jaya who was under this problem, and the family were totally lost on how to deal with it. They couldn't speak to anyone, and because of the stigma, so finally they resolved to send this child to Bangalore for treatment and for rehabilitation. And subsequently the neighbors, the family members started asking, where's your child? And all they said was, he's gone to Bangalore for further studies. So you can understand the stigmatization issue. So I would humbly request all of you, if you can take this also in the churches, in your gurudwaras, and this is nothing, this is a disease, this is a problem which has fallen on us. There's nothing to be ashamed of it. We should speak forward. We should take it forward and see how to resolve it. Because the more we try to, unless we can break the stigmatization issue, people will not come forward and we will not be able to learn. And these issues come forward, after a few months. A child comes home and he's had a beer or two, you immediately know that he's had a drink. He's had drugs, you don't know. For a month, for 2 months, you don't know. You say your son is absolutely, he's a spotless child, and after 3-4 months, he started, all sort of issues, demanding money, stealing, and to all sort of issues. Then it is too late. After a few months, it is too late. He's deep into it. So I'd like to kindly request you to address this issue of stigmatization also. Thank you.
One, I think you will appreciate the fact that the frequency of detection has increased. 2, the amount of seized drugs has also increased. 3, the incineration of drugs has already taken place twice since the start of the mission. It will depend on their requirements. Initially, we have kept aside 50 lakhs to begin with, but that is an amount that we can always, we can always increase depending on its demand driven.
To how many faith organizations?
Those whom we have called today, we have to be very particular in ensuring that only genuine faith organizations are able to get funding, to access this funding. See, we have broadened the ambit under which we are working. Now we have reached out to faith leaders and not just addressed them. We have given them a format by which they can apply for support, both financial as well as technical. And we have a proactive mission director who has been traveling across the length and breadth of Meghalaya, also traveled to Kerala to familiarize himself with the situation. So we are absolutely proactive. Well, this is a process by which state government will procure these scanner vehicles, which are part of state-of-the-art technology that will enable the immediate detection of drugs and narcotics whenever they enter the state of Meghalaya. One such vehicle is in the process of being procured for the entry point, and the other, which will be located somewhere near Ratashera, will also be procured.
So which are the places where you are putting the first vehicle?
We have not worked out the exact location because we have to ensure that it is spacious enough not to impede the smooth flow of traffic.
You said that you have already given your approval for this.
Yes, yes.
So by when it will be installed?
It is being brought from outside the state. Once that happens, I will update you. Yeah, Kynhun will be, we will start with about 10 sleeping dogs, along with trainers. So I have already approved the proposal, and this should happen sooner than the scanner vehicles.
Okay.
So can I put across the state or just in particular East Khasians, or where are you?
Wherever it is demand driven, given the intensity of the incidence of drugs when they occur at hotspots, things like that.